Hello and welcome to one of the lessons on Out of This World. Today I'm going to be reading When the Snake Bites the Sun. This is an Indigenous Dreamtime story. When the Snake Bites the Sun. Long, long ago in the East, behind the world, there lived two suns. A big fat mother sun and a little daughter sun. They lived in hollow logs. They came out to give the world light, but they shone so fiercely and for so long that everything began to burn up. The ground became scorched. The rivers dried up. The animals began to die of thirst. Can you recognize any animals in that picture? What animals can you see? The mother sun by this time had got so fat that she could no longer squeeze out of her log. So she sent her daughter out alone. I wonder what her daughter will be like all by herself. Can you recognize any of the colors and the particular sequence the illustrator has chosen? The black, the yellow, the red. Where else do you see those colors represented like that? The little sun rolled across the sea to Morangi Bidi Bidi, an island where two men lived. Can you see them? 1, 2. One was a good man who had always looked after the two sons. The other was a bad man. I wonder what made him bad. The bad man chased the little sun and poked her with his spear. She was afraid he would kill her and leave the world in darkness. She took off into space to escape him, getting hotter and hotter as she climbed. That's a really interesting picture of space. I wonder what the red and blue dots represent. But up there in the sky, high above the earth, lived a snake. Suddenly, he rushed at her. Can you see the long snake? And bit her. Oh no, it looks like the little daughter sun's crying. I hope she's okay. Now she could go no higher, and getting weaker and cooler, she rolled away down towards the edge of the earth. You see her getting closer and closer to the earth here? There she became snagged in the fork of a tree, and the sky turned red with the blood from her wounds. This part of the sky represents the blood from her wounds, and she's caught in this part of the tree. At last she slipped down into the mist below, and the world became dark. She went back to her mother, who looked after her till she was strong again. Ever since that time, the little sun has made her journey from the east to the west to give the world day and night. There must always be day for light and heat, followed by the darkness of night for the world to cool and rest, so that it will never burn up again. I found that a really interesting story about day and night told by the Indigenous population. Thank you for listening.